I welcome all the entrepreneurs who are looking for the business opportunity. This is about starting a MD entrance coaching center in around 250 cities across India. Dreams Medical EdTech is a technology-centric e-learning company in medical education. It is headquartered in Hyderabad with about 12 years of expertise in coaching the doctors who are preparing for the MD entrance. And it is also the first company to provide the online video on demand tutoring. There are about dedicated 30 medical teachers who are providing the live interactive online video tutoring. And there are 8 learning centers presently across India. Now, the plan is basically to expand this footprint to around 250 locations across India. OnlineMBBS.com is the portal basically to deliver the live interactive online video lectures. And it is also the portal which is containing the video library of about 4,000 video lectures on 1,200 high-yield topics which are frequently asked in the MD entrance whenever the student attends the entrance exam. One main advantage of the modern e-learning is the student can also access a live interactive session every day with their own personal username and password sitting at their home also. If there is a coaching institute facility, it can be able to run an e-learning center of about 400 hours, which is spread across about 30 weeks of session, which is broadcasted online. There are 35,000 medical students who are admitted every year into 280 medical colleges across India every year. Around 90,000 MBBS doctors basically compete for a 12,000 postgraduate medical seats in a highly competitive MD entrance exam across India, and that great exam is All India Postgraduate Medical Entrance. Now, what's the challenge for a MD entrance preparing student? There are about 19 subjects that he needs to revise in a span of about, a very short span in fact, of about 6 months of time. There is too much of reading with too little to remember, which is the main challenge for a MD entrance preparing student. Now, how will OnlineMBBS.com, the coaching facility, will help the MD entrance preparing student? OnlineMBBS.com is the leader in the MD entrance PG medical coaching since 1999. We developed a courseware of 400 hours of review lecture which covers 1,200 most commonly tested topics in a structured program. It has been developed at the OnlineMBBS.com. And we provide a study material of about 2,000 pages which is offered to the MD entrance preparing student. And there are about 30 subject tests every week on Saturday. Afternoon 2 to 5 the student take a test, and 5 to 8 there is a live online interactive discussion. Similarly, 30 weeks on every Sunday, 30 Sundays, a mock test very similar to All India Postgraduate Medical Entrance is conducted, and there is a live discussion in the afternoon 12 to 3, and the test is conducted in the morning 9 to 12 every Sunday. In spite of any amount of e-learning, the Guru Shishya tradition, where there is a live interaction between the teacher and the student, is the only form in which catalysis of the learning can happen. Technology will only enable this to happen in a large scale, but the live interactivity is all that is which is required. The team of the medical teachers at OnlineMBBS.com, they conduct the live classes, and every day evening 5 to 8 p.m. these are online live broadcasted. And every day Out of this 5 to 8 p.m. session, there is a 30 MCQ daily test which is being offered to the student on that particular day's topics, and there is a interactive discussion on those 30 MCQs of the daily test. The teacher delivers from one central location, and the lecture is being captured and then live broadcasted. The live teacher, the teacher's desktop, and the chat window, all these three become broadcasted in the real time. Suddenly the student wants to ask any question, he can type into the chat window, and the teacher has a visibility of what the student is asking. That is, what is the question the student is asking, and he can be able to answer the question in the middle of the lecture. And similarly, a teacher can ask a question to the students who are attending the session, and the students can be able to type it into the chat window. So it is a two-way communication seamlessly. So it is a single interactive platform where the structured curriculum-based lectures from the best teachers across the globe are basically presented, and that helps the student and inspires the student every day across the 30 weeks for the preparation for the All India exam. So how can the student can interact live with the teacher is a very, very important question. Basically, the student places the queries in the chat box during the session, and the teacher clarifies the doubts at the end of the session or during the session if it is very important question. Similarly, a student can call to the phone line which is connected to the broadcast. So the conversation between that student and the teacher once more become available and broadcasted live to all the other attendees also. So it is like a live class very much. The students shoot their doubts in the live class using the chat box, and the students also can answer the quiz questions raised by the teacher through the chat window. And it's a wonderful opportunity for the students also to meet the co-aspirants who are also preparing for the All India MD entrance across India, and join the social groups. After all, a good preparation is a preparation together rather than the preparation in isolation. So ultimately, the students get the conceptual clarity across all the 19 subjects which they studied in MBBS from a All India MD entrance perspective. And the focus of all those 1200 high yield topics in a very structured manner, the student gets a focus. There are live debates every day on the All India MD entrance based MCQs, and other students today who are preparing for MD entrance are the top consultants tomorrow for almost the past 12 years. So the technology ultimately enables the students at the remote corners to attend the best teachers across the globe. Now, though it is available to home, a large number of students, especially in India, they don't have an internet. That's the reason they prefer to take a service by attending a classroom. And if a LCD projector with an internet in a plug-and-play manner is being provided by the business partner or a franchisee who runs the center, then the students will be very happy to receive such a service and attend the program every day. So now a teacher in Mumbai can mentor a Moscow student, and a teacher in Bangalore can now mentor a Beijing student with a live streaming which is available as a video broadcast. So now what are the advantages by becoming a franchisee of the Dreams Medical EdTech DME? It's an instant plug-and-play solution to start the classes. What is needed is a classroom, a internet connectivity, a PC. That's all. You can be able to start a state-of-art MD entrance coaching program. There's no need to identify for the business partner, the medical teachers. It is all being taken care by us, and the live broadcast happens every day. And a very easy break even in the investment occur within about 6 months after starting the business, if at all the business partner does a good effort. Now the marketing a MD entrance preparing center coaching facility is very easy because all the MD entrance preparing aspirants, they're all located within the medical college itself. This reason it's not really very difficult. Now what is a typical medical college scenario with regard to the All India MD entrance coaching market? In a given medical college, typically about 100 to 150 students will be houses who are preparing for the MD entrance. Around 10 of them will love to go to United States of America by taking USMLE. 20 want to join the government service. Out of them, about 10 of them can join for the test series only. Out of this 20, 10 don't really bother about MD entrance and they're born with silver spoon, so they love to join a paid seat. Around 10 get married and they postpone the idea for the preparation of MD entrance for a short time. And about 20 to 30 students will prepare themselves. They believe that they are quite self-sufficient, which is in fact honestly true. And but still they also love to participate in mock tests. So ultimately, in 100 to 150 houses containing medical college, around 40 students have MD entrance coaching NEET, which are our target group. 30 of them can afford a coaching fee of about 25,000 rupees, and about 10 students can afford anything between 25,000 to up to 70 to 80,000. So around 40 are the target group. Now comes a very important discussion on the investment and return on investment. So basically, if you look at the investment, Dreams Medical Tech offers a 24 months of license to run a live online coaching program for every sign up of the franchisee. So the franchisee need to bear a rent of about say 8,000 rupees and per month, and the franchisee needs one executive, one small office assistant at least, to run the center, go and do a little marketing in the medical college by spreading the pamphlets, and internet of a 1 Mbps line which will cost about 2,000 rupees per month, electricity, miscellaneous. So total monthly expenses will be about 22,000, and in about 24 months of the project, it is about 5,28,000 is the total monthly expenses across 24 months time. Now what is the capital expenditure? The franchisee pays a license fee, non-refundable, of rupees 3 lakhs to the Dreams Medical Tech for this 2 years of license to run the business. An advance is paid to the facility, the place, which is to run the program. The franchisee need to take a place of about 500 to 750 square feet. For that, an advance, rental advance, he need to pay about 25,000 to the person who is letting it out. If the franchisee himself has got a place of his own, that's great. Then a LCD projector will cost about 30,000 rupees. Chairs, around 40 to 50 chairs, it costs about 20,000. A PC of about 20,000 to run the program, and a marketing locally of about 20,000, and in the college events to bring the awareness to the students, a sponsoring around 20,000. So around 4,35,000 is the expenses on the year 1, and in the year 2, once both the marketing and college sponsoring, another 40,000. So totally around 4,75,000 is the total cost. Now what are the total project costs for the 24 months that a potential business partner must be prepared to spend on? So the total running expenditure will be about 5,28,000, and the capital expenditure is around 4,75,000. So totally comes to about 10 lakhs of investment. The franchisee need to have the affordability. Now what is the revenue side? Basically it is the student fee. The student, they join for a 30-week complete course. Monday to Friday, every day evening 5 to 8 p.m. There is a regular class, and on Saturday and Sunday there are mock tests. So for this 30-week program, the student pays rupees 25,000. And for the, suppose if the student joins only for the Sunday full-scale All India mock test, they pay rupees 5,000. And if they join for 30 subject tests on Saturday and 30 Sunday tests only on Saturday, Sunday, for the 60 tests they pay rupees 8,000. Now some students want to only buy subscription, and they wanted to navigate personally on their own laptop in the home. So what is their fee structure? They pay rupees 25,000 for the complete course, and similarly for the All India mock tests, 30 full scale mock tests, they paid 5,000, and similarly for subject tests and Sunday tests, 60 tests, they pay 8,000. Now if they also have a facility, suppose if a student doesn't have an internet by himself, they can also take a DVD package where we provide the previous archived sessions, around 300 hours of video lecture, for which the student pays rupees 30,000. So we send the DVDs and activate it on the one PC of the student, so that the student can be able to take that DVD package from the franchisee. So that is also another way of revenue source. So ultimately, what is the revenue share? A very important question. If you take the long term, February 1st to October 30th program, where the student pays 25,000, the franchisee gets 20,000 as the share. Similarly, for the 30 full scale mock tests, the student pays 5,000 and franchisee gets 4,000. And for the 60 full scale mock tests plus the subject tests, the franchisee pays 8,000 and the student pays 8,000 and franchisee gets 7,000. Now if the student buys a subscription, online subscription, and navigates at his own convenience from the home, then he pays 25,000. Out of that, the franchisee, for having had delivered that subscription to the student, gets 15,000. So similarly, for the DVD package, the student pays 30,000 and the franchisee gets around 15,000. So how many enrollments are ultimately needed? The million-dollar question in the mind of any entrepreneur is the break-even on the investment. So the ultimate investment the franchisee is making is about rupees 10 lakhs, which is about $1 million, over a period of 24 months. Now, how many enrollments are needed to break even on this investment of rupees 10 lakhs? So if you take the 30-week complete course, where the franchisee share is 20,000, at least in a period of 2 years, 25 students should be joining. That brings about 5 lakhs of revenue. Similarly, the mock tests, where the franchisee share is 4,000, at least in 2 years, a minimum 25 students should be able to enroll. And similarly, for the 60 full-scale subject tests, at least 25 enrollments, where the franchisee gets about 7,000 rupees, should happen. So the minimum number of students over a period of 2 years, even if as little as 25, in some cases only 6 students for those who buy subscription for their own navigation in the home, even if it happens, the 10 lakhs of recovery basically happens in a span of 24 months. But a business is not done just to get the break even. So what is a typical successful franchisee in a given location after signing up with the Dreams Medical Edge Tech? So basically, in a medical college where there are about 40 potential preparing students are there, potential students who can join. In some locations, there are even 2 medical colleges also. The number of students over 2 years expected is at least 50 enrollments, which should bring around 10 lakhs of revenue in the form of 30 weeks of complete course. Similarly, at least 60 students should join for the 30 full-scale mock tests to bring around 2.5 lakhs of revenue, around 2,40,000. So that way, if we take better enrollments, considering the number of students in a given city, around 20 lakhs is a projected revenue, if at all a Dreams Medical Edutech franchisee is considered to be successful. So who is an ideal franchise? A very, very important checklist before someone likes to sign up with this humongous project of medical education. An ideal franchisee of the Dreams Medical Edutech is a doctor by profession or a member of a doctor's family. Basically, the MD entrance preparation is a very vexing situation every doctor after MBBS has to pass. So, if the franchisee or a business partner is a doctor himself, he'll have the conviction of servicing such a noble profession, which itself is a intangible return in running the MD entrance coaching classes. The Dreams Medical Edutech strongly believes that the service is first, especially in hospital and healthcare industry and in education, and the business follows automatically. Now, the ideal franchisee should have a clear commercial view of life, but at the same time he should understand that the money is the means, not the end. An ideal franchisee should be able to inspire the human relations. In this case, it is the medical students. Some medical students who are preparing for MD entrance, they didn't get seat for the past 2 to 3 years. Some have earlier taken coaching with a lot of other service providers, but still could not make it. Some are desperate about getting into MD. So, an ideal business partner in a franchisee should be that great mentor who brings the light into the life of the student and support him both emotionally and morally, the MD entrance preparing student. Now, we project a lot of things on spreadsheets, but the projections are after all projections. If everyone can project it on Excel sheet, we can only be happy to be a millionaire only on Excel sheet. So that's the reason anybody who want to become a business partner need to do a market survey in their own city where there's a medical college located and be convinced about the figures which are projections and plunge into the risk of doing a good business. And before starting the business, only the business partner need to have a 200% conviction on the investment, and also he should be in a position to recover whatever he is investing and also profit everyone with a very good revenue return by becoming a successful franchisee of Dreams Medical Edutech. Now, what are the frequently asked questions by a potential franchisee sign up? One of the important question is, will DME be doing any marketing activities on behalf of franchisee? Basically, the Dreams Medical Edutech is involved in general branding activities. And student success itself is a very great marketing of word of mouth. It is the 100% responsibility of the business partner himself to do the local marketing and build a brand locally. That's very important. Now, a lot of times the entrepreneurs ask a question. I'm not a doctor, but I am only a businessman. I really don't know about these packages. So Will the DME be able to help in counseling the medical students? Yes, very much. DME can give online support to counsel the students who come for enrollment. DME also gives online training to the business partner as to what are the packages offered, what are the points to be explained to the student. So, but otherwise it is a plug and play solution where everyday class is fundamentally a broadcast. Now, another commonly asked question, I'm already running a coaching institute for other competitive exams. Can I run the DME franchise? It is excellent. If you already have a place and coaching academy, a lot of capital expenditure reduces and you get much faster break even. Then quite a very common question is, I already have a nursing home or hospital. Can I run the DME franchisee in the same location? Yes, very much. If you already have a place, a hospital, it can be a small nursing home or it can be a big corporate hospital. A lot of capital expenditure reduces and once more you get a break even much faster. Now, the next question is, why is the revenue share of the franchisee is more when the student attends the classroom instead of when the student takes an online subscription to attend from his home? Basically, if the student buys an online subscription, DME needs to stream the lectures to the student's PC, which ultimately will cost the DME. So that's the reason the revenue share will be much higher to the franchisee if he happens to offer the service to the student in the classroom. But those students who prefer to have it at their home, they can even be enrolled with an online subscription. Now, a very important question a potential business partner will have in mind is, here the students can also directly visit the website and join online. Will it affect the business of the franchisee? So basically, the main revenue resource for the potential franchisee is by servicing the students who don't have internet facility or the students who want to come to a class regularly. God is there in temple, God is there in the home. But we still love to go to temple because that gives a sanctity, sanctorum and a peace of mind and a sense of continuity and regularity. So that is the reason generally it should not affect the business of the franchisee, and the direct online enrollments are in no one's control. For example, a student in Bhopal may be traveling in train and somewhere in Ujjain he has bought an online subscription and ultimately he sits in Delhi and prepares. So we can't be able to say which place he belongs to. So that's the reason the direct online enrollments are in no one's control. Now, how far should the learning center of a business partner from the medical college? Basically, it's a daily service. Every day evening 5 to 8 p.m. there's a class. That's the reason any medical college student or a housee want to have the center nearer to the medical college. Generally within 3 kilometers is the prescribed distance from the medical college. Now, are there any territorial rights and exclusivity given to the franchisee is a very important question. Basically, in each metro city, DME offers around 6 franchisees to make the centers available to the students in different geographic locations. Then in each capital city of the state, for example, Lucknow, Bhopal, etc., it offers 2 franchisees in each city. And in cities where more than 2 medical colleges, for example, Bangalore, Pondicherry, there are 5 colleges, 6 colleges. DME offers 2 franchisees, and in all the cities where there are only 1 or 2 medical colleges, DME offers only 1 franchisee for the given license period of the 2 years. So, we hope that you understood the entire business model by which we would like to increase the footprint of the Dreams Medical EduTech centers in about 250 locations wherever the medical colleges are located in India, and we welcome you to join the hands and in the service of the MD entrance preparing students. You can call and contact us. Ravikant is our very enterprising consultant franchise sign-up manager. He's a consultant, and Ms. Sharada is our team lead to maintain the franchise relationships. And I leave you the contact details and at the onlinembbs.com. Thank you.